Cunard Line Limited today stands for the amalgamation of the British tradition of Cunard with the Scandinavian excellence of seaborne cruise line to form the world's most luxurious cruise company. I see Cunard developing into the 21st century by taking the best from our past and combining it to the technology of the future, which can be seen in the building of a new transatlantic liner. We will invest in our staff, we will provide additional onboard training and give staff a recognised career path. The purpose of our Fleet Personnel Department is to provide you with support through recruitment, induction and training to allow you to recognise your professional goals with Cunard and to assist you in achieving our mission and to value the contribution of our guests to our overall success. Welcome on board.
Cunard Line Limited has a proud maritime history going back 160 years. Unique among cruise lines, Cunard continues to offer frequent transatlantic crossings, as well as visits to some of the most beautiful and exciting places on Earth. Our flagship, Queen Elizabeth II, is probably the most famous ship afloat, while the newest and grandest addition to our fleet, our new transatlantic liner, will take the tradition of the true passenger ship unrivaled into the new millennium. The seaborne fleet has established an enviable international reputation for luxury, with a special style of individual service, superb guest suites and fine dining. Our ships have won many awards from the travel industry, and the very names Cunard and Seaborne suggest highest quality and tradition. Many of our guests return to travel with us again and again, recognizing that we provide some of the finest holidays afloat and a cruise experience which is very hard to equal. None of this would be possible without your skills and commitment. Our mission is to consistently exceed customers' expectations profitably. Together, we can achieve this and take the company forward with pride and with confidence. When you first come on board, there are certain procedures to go through.
This is the crew purser's office. You need to sign on ship's articles, hand over your passport and your medical certificate.
Hello David, welcome on board.
Thank you.
If I can just get you to sign on line B for me, David, please. Thank you very much. I'll keep your passport and your medical certificate. Welcome on board, David.
Thank you. Thanks. Okay.
You will then be taken to collect your uniform.
Morning, Celine. This is David. Celine.
Good morning, David. Nice to meet you.
Just have a uniform here for you.
Yes, no problem. The sign here, please. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And here we are. Have a nice day.
You will then be shown to your cabin and introduced to your cabin mate. The cabins are quite small and you'll be sharing with a colleague. It's important that you keep your cabin tidy.
Hello David, how are you? Welcome on board.
Thank you.
This is your bunk, David, here.
Okay.
This is your locker. And you're gonna get 2 top drawers here.
Thanks
Welcome
very
on
much.
board, you can unpack.
Thank you. Sure. Key, David.
Thanks very
Good
much.
luck.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Hey, Mr. Douglas, thanks.
So where are you from, David?
I'm from Scotland.
Soon after joining one of our ships, new recruits meet their head of department. Throughout your time with Cunard or Seaborne, your head of department will be responsible for giving you the support you need and for organising your training and helping with your career development.
But of course you have to learn the job first, and that I'm responsible for. If you have any question, you always have to come and ask. Never be afraid, I'm always there. That's why I'm here for. I'm here for you to feel comfortable, to learn. If you are happy, you will give your happiness over to the guest and they will be happy.
When you come on board, you'll be working alongside people from many different cultures and backgrounds. This is a great experience, but it can present occasional difficulties. You'll sometimes need to be tolerant and understanding when colleagues have a different point of view. We all have a responsibility to our colleagues as well as to our guests. Let's take a closer look at life on board our ships and meet some of the people who sail with Cunard Line Limited. What does working at sea mean to them?
Great opportunity to further your career on board the ship.
You save money and you get a long vacation.
The worldwide cuisine, as it should be, and its best, basically, as 5-star plus standards.
It's 7 days a week and long working hours. Sometimes it's hard, especially when the sea is rough, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
You have pretty limited privacy with sharing cabins, etc. But again, these kind of things you get used to.
You don't have to think about cooking by yourself. Your uniform and also your private clothes are getting washed in the laundry.
Most people find it more difficult to work on the ship than ashore because of the difference in culture.
If you're young and you want to travel and you want to see the world, this is a very good way of doing it and financing your way to do it as well.
5 stars and plus service means that basically whatever the guest is asking for, she or he will get it. Special things that we do here for the guest as a stewardess is first of all the embarkation day. We start the introductions with a glass of champagne and very nice designer soaps. And that's a very elegant, nice touch. Communication with the guest it's very important. Usually we start a conversation with how are you and did you have a good night's sleep? But if I know that they had a tour on the previous day, I ask how did it go? Did they like it? And if I've been on that same town, then we might have a conversation over the one building there or something. And it's very nice. These are little tiny things, but it means a lot to the guest. It's about teamwork and getting organized and getting prepared.
Anita has told us something about standards in accommodation services. In the galley, it's about imaginative menus, finest ingredients, excellent preparation and elegant presentation. And this has to be achieved for hundreds of guests, every meal and every day, in the middle of the ocean, whatever the weather. It's a challenge which our crews have been meeting for many years. With your energy and skills, we shall continue to meet this challenge and raise our standards to even higher levels.
5-star plus for me is the finest ingredients prepared by professional chefs, presented and executed to the best of our capability here on board. So as you can see, the expectations of our guests are very, very high indeed, and we've got to make sure that we meet these expectations at all times. When I first joined the ship, back then I came on as the capacity of a demi-chef de partie. Today, 5 years later on, I'm now the chef de cuisine of the Queen's Crew. It's just a matter of proving yourself and being dedicated, being a team member and working very, very hard and giving your total input.
Cunard Line Limited prides itself on its ability to exceed all international hygiene standards, such as United States and United Kingdom public health. The restaurant, the galley, the accommodation, all areas of our ships are regularly inspected by senior officers, as well as by public health officials, to make sure that standards of cleanliness and hygiene are high.
Right, we check the seals, make sure they're clean, make sure they're in very good repair.
Of course, personal hygiene is also important, especially when handling food. You should keep your hands and nails perfectly clean, and chefs should wear plastic gloves when handling food. Personal appearance is important too. Your uniform should be freshly laundered and you should not wear too much jewellery. Ladies should not use excessive makeup and long hair should be tied back. You must make quite sure that your appearance always conforms exactly with the standards laid down by the company. We've looked at service standards in accommodation and in the galley. Of course, they are just as important in the public rooms.
Welcome back to the chart room.
Thank you. It's very nice to meet her.
How are you today?
Excellent.
Can I get you something to drink?
Yes, please. I'll have a Bell's whiskey with soda and ice.
Yes, Mr.
I'll have the same, please. Thank you, Vicky.
Thank you. There you go, Mrs. Cowan. Thank you. Mr. Cowan.
Thank you, Vicky.
Thank you. Enjoy your drinks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To become a good bar waitress, it's important that you can give a good service. Remember their names, remember what kind of drink they are having, and just smile.
In the restaurants, table layup must always be elegant and consistent with the service manual.
Now, first of all, of course, you need the experience in a 5-star hotel. So that's the basic, actually. When you're here in the restaurant and you have every evening you have a menu briefing, so you learn something about the menus and you talk about the menus. That's also important for 5-star plus, of course. The guests have the feeling they are special, really very special. Then you have to smile again to the people and to say to them, did you sleep well? Did you have a nice evening? And sometimes it's very difficult for us. Keep in touch with the guests also outside the ship when they are on tour or something and you met them somewhere on the streets, then you have to make a conversation with them. Of course, it's good for your papers, very good. If you go ashore and you go to a company and you show the papers that you have worked on a cruise ship, they always say, no, that's one who can work, who wants to work, he knows how to work.
Fine dining is available throughout the fleet. On Queen Elizabeth II, for instance, the grills offer superb personal service. Waiters, who start their careers on board in the larger Coronia restaurant, are frequently promoted to work in the grills.
I started off as a commis waiter, and I've been promoted to regular waiter in the Coronia restaurant. I did 2 and a bit contracts in the Coronia restaurant, and they were looking for people to come up to the Queen's School. So I applied for the Queen's School and I've been up here for a year and a half. Promotional prospects on here are very, very good. Probably the most important training you actually get on board is the training you get actually doing the job. The way we do things on here is very different to the way you're used to doing things back home shoreside. It's a totally different environment. You have to see people doing it all the time. It's practice, it's ongoing, the training. What we're trying to do on here is we're trying to give the passengers that we serve what they're paying for, which is 5-star plus service. Passengers expect it, and hopefully we give it to them.
The housekeeping teams also have a key role in communication with our guests.
Very well. I trust you've had a good day in Barcelona.
I had a wonderful day. Thank you very much. A bit of shopping, a bit of sightseeing. It was great.
I had a holiday here recently.
Did you really?
Yes, it's very nice.
It's lovely, isn't it? I love Barcelona.
I hope you enjoy your tea.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Have a nice afternoon.
Thanks.
Good morning, Mr. Williams.
Good morning to you.
How are you today?
Marvelous, thank you very much.
Will you go on the tour this morning?
Yeah, later on I'm gonna make this morning tour.
Seville is very interesting, especially at night as well.
You've been there before, or?
Yes, we've been there several times on the ship. There's some really nice restaurants. Yeah, voilà.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Enjoy your breakfast, Mr. William. Have a nice day. Just give us a call whenever you're finished.
Same to you.
All right, thank you very much.
Like the waiters and the housekeeping staff, a good wine steward is also able to talk to guests while offering and pouring the wine.
You ladies, Mr. Harkins.
Good evening, David. Nice
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good to see you all. How was your day in Lisbon?
Couldn't have been nicer.
Beautiful city.
A lovely city, isn't it? Would you like to go for the Sancerre that you had last week, or something different?
I'd like it very much.
The Sancerre?
Delicious.
Yeah,
Thank you.
certainly.
Sure.
Okay. We'll do this for you.
Thank you very much, David.
So, 97 Sancerre. When I first joined the ship, I wasn't too sure what I was in for, but you soon settle into it very quickly. It's you have to, and people help you out, find your way around, and you settle into the job very quick. I suppose the next position for me to obtain on board the ship would be to become a supervisor and then step up to an assistant restaurant manager's job, and then hopefully a restaurant manager's job.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Department managers are often promoted from within the company.
When I first joined the ship, I started as a waiter. When I returned for my second contract, I was asked if I would be interested in becoming an assistant restaurant manager. I'm now a restaurant manager aboard the ship. The assistant restaurant manager and restaurant managers can very easily and very quickly spot waiters who are going to become stars, who are going to progress through our company into better positions. And it's the crew that actually maintain 5-star services, using the passengers' names, remembering what specific food requests passengers have, making sure the passengers are seated at their tables, making sure their food is all right. Teamwork is a major part of our job here. We need everybody to work together to create the team so we can maintain the standard. We train our crew here to the highest standard possible. We give them as much information as possible to do their job professionally.
For Cunard Line Limited, one thing is more important than all else: the safety of our Cunard and seaborne ships, our guests and our crews. Passenger and crew lifeboat drills take place on every voyage, and all crew members have a role to play.
306. Here. If you hear this alarm, real alarm, you go to this position and you will be guided to your lifeboat. That's good.
When you first come on board, you will have to attend safety training. Your role in the drills will be explained, and you will be shown how to operate watertight doors and fire doors.
Note the way the tray comes up, folks.
This is the switch to release it. Just stand clear of the door here. And that releases.
Cunard and seaborne ships visit many different countries and some wonderful places. For most of the ship's company, this is one of the attractions of the job.
Going to the pyramids, areas around there was just wonderful.
The main one for me really would have been South Africa, Cape Town. I mean, these are places I've always dreamt of working in.
One of the most exciting places I've been with the ship was China. I saw the Great Wall, and that was something I never imagined I would go there, but I did it.
I went on an excellent crew tour organised by personnel manager and the crew supervisor to Fiji.
Travelling to places like New York, this big city, it's still a very exciting experience when you go there on board the ship.
When you do go ashore, you must remember that you are still representing the company. When you meet guests, you should be respectful and friendly. Being part of the team on one of our ships is like being part of the United Nations.